Everyone is talking about the new AI tools, especially Claude Code. You probably have seen it everywhere because it's impossible to ignore. But what actually is it, and what can you even do about it? And does it even matter to you? Should you even bother? Also, what is it different to a regular ChatGPT? Should it be that different, right? The answer is, it is completely different. I'm not even exaggerating. I think this can be literally the end of humanity because I see no hope here. And you might think I'm just overhyping it, but I just want to give an example of one of the things that I built over the last 2 weeks using Claude Code. So basically I created this database where every person I ever had a meeting with, it basically built a profile on them. So if I had a meeting with you, you will have a separate page in my database, and in there I can find everything that we've talked about, decisions we made, things I said, things you said, and also the to-dos that I mentioned during our meeting that I haven't followed up with, and topics on we could discuss next time. It basically tracks the evolution of my relationships and tells me the things that I forgot about my own life. And let me remind you, I cannot code. I never coded a single line in my life ever. I am not a technical person. So let's talk about what is Claude Code and how is it different than regular ChatGPT, like regular, chatbots. So I want you to think about it this way. So when you use ChatGPT or Claude normally, you're basically just having a conversation with AI. You ask something and it answers. But for example, you can ask about a topic and it will research about it, right? But what you do with that research is totally up to you. Whether you use it for slides, whether you use it for your assignment or whatever that is, it's totally up to you. You are supposed to do the implementation with that information. But with Claude Code, you're not just getting answers, but it does the execution part for you. So anything you want to do, you can just tell the Claude Code and it will do it for you. If you give access to it, it can use the apps, tools that you have. It can basically control the files it has on your computer. For example, I can say basically one sentence like, I have a meeting with this person tomorrow, prepare everything I need for this meeting and give me as a file in this app or whatever. It can basically go and check what we discussed last time. It can go through my meeting transcripts and then pulls up on any action item I haven't done yet, looks at what's on my agenda, pulls relevant data and analytics if it requires, and pulls it in one document. And I can even ask to execute on the things that I need to do before the meeting as well. With regular ChatGPT, you could just say like, oh, gather materials, and it would give a generic document for you. So basically, the biggest difference with Claude Code for me personally was something called skills. So like how every time you use AI, you have to explain everything like from scratch, the way you want to do it, the type of, like words that you like, etc., etc. But it is exhausting to prompt it every single time, right? And it loses like context between sessions. But with Claude Code, there's something called skills, and the thing that you can do with it is that you can basically teach it your process one time and it just does it like forever. You don't have to teach it again. Basically, like you're step-by-step cloning yourself and teaching how to get things done in your specific way. I know it might not make sense right now if you have never used it, but one of the skills that I, for example, have is called Plan My Day. And every morning I just type like /plan my day, and then what Claude does is it goes and checks my Google Calendar to see what meetings I have, what's blocked off, what are the other commitments that I have, and then it checks my Notion task database, what's due today, what's overdue, what's high priority, and it also follows the specific rules that I have for how I decide what to work on, how to prioritize, how I manage my energy for my ADHD, and then it scans my email for anything that's urgent, and it builds a schedule for my entire day based on the previous rules that I give it to. And it's not just like randomly placing tasks and telling me that I should do this at this time, but it knows exactly what are my high performance times versus low performance times and how long each task takes for me, and then creates a calendar and a to-do list and organizes my day in a way that I prompted before. And I don't have to do this again and again. I don't have to teach anything. I just /plan my day and it's done. And it also knows like what type of task that I'm tend to procrastinate on, what type of task that I like, and it just learns and keeps iterating. Isn't it crazy? And this works for any process you repeat. Writing, research, ideation, anything you can describe. You teach it once and it runs forever. And you can basically also like train it to sound like you as well by analyzing how you speak, the patterns you have, the words that you commonly use and the words you don't use. And it basically starts talking like you, and it is just genuinely scary. So basically you can create all these skills and apply it so that AI basically thinks and prompts in a specific way that you want. But it's not only that, skills are about basically cloning the thinking process or processing different things. maybe how you do your work, right? But skills are only powerful as the knowledge that they can access. And that's where the second thing comes in. And honestly, this is the part that actually changed how my brain literally works. I'm currently using Obsidian to build my personal knowledge database to store everything that I basically know, whether that's a book note, whether that's meeting notes, whether that's emails, or I don't know, anything that I potentially like and that's in my brain, I put it to Obsidian. And I'm using it with Claude Code so that it can build my brain's Wikipedia. Essentially, like every note I take, every video I watch, every idea I have, all goes into the system and it gets connected. It connects the dots that I have never seen before, and it organizes my notes for me as well. And basically, I taught it how to organize my files, how to link them, and how to find the connections between them and also fill the gaps that I haven't filled. The depth of my note taking basically skyrocketed, but more than that, it shows you the knowledge gaps you have, things you thought you understood but actually haven't connected yet. I know it sounds dramatic, but it basically like changed how I think about things. Like I'm thinking in a way more connected way right now, and if let's say some sort of like a topic pops out into my mind, maybe it's because I have ADHD, but all the ideas would just like go into random places. But now that they're connected in my note base, I can see them as well as I go through them. Now I can see all the branches that my thoughts are spreading into, and I can basically connect the way that I develop these thoughts. But all this only works when Claude Code can connect to your tools. That's where MCP servers comes in. Think of them as like plugins. You install a Notion plugin and now Claude Code can read and write to your Notion. You install Google Calendar plugin, now it can check your schedule and create events. Like Gmail, YouTube Analytics, Slack, like whatever you want, you just connect them one by one and suddenly all your tools are talking to each other through Claude. So personally, my current setup, as for now, which can change anytime, is Obsidian is for my personal knowledge base and notes. Notion is for my tasks, project management, as well as team collaboration. Google Calendar for scheduling, as well as like Notion Calendar as well, sometimes use it. And Gmail for emails. YouTube API like for YouTube Analytics, and everything flows through Claude Code essentially. It's basically like having a certain central brain that connects every single dot. I also have like another things that I connected to like Slack as well, but I can make a separate video about it in more detail. So let's look about the parts that this tool is good at versus it's bad at, because obviously it's not perfect yet. So what it's genuinely amazing at is anything that involves text, writing, organizing, I don't know, creating a slide or summarizing, connecting information, doing a research for you, writing up things for you. If the task is about processing or creating text, it is insanely good. And also following your specific process. Once you actually teach it as a skill, then now it can run and go through your process and do the things the way you want it to do. The difference between, I think, generic like AI output versus using Claude Code projects and skills is that it follows a specific way of thinking and, you know, thinking frameworks that you normally do so that it acts like you. It's almost like cloning yourself. And third one is, I think, context. I think when you give access to your files in your computer, Obsidian and apps, the amount of context it has is just genuinely crazy. Like it can know all the emails that you have, all the files that you have on your computer, and now it just has a way more information about your life and the thing that you're talking about. Obviously, there are some privacy concerns about this, and you should never put confidential information about your company, about your bank details, or about your life. So of course, be mindful about that. Only share stuff that you wouldn't mind if it got leaked. And also, it's really good at connecting tools that normally don't talk to each other. For example, I can ask a question about what video can I create? Then it can go through my YouTube Analytics, pull up the recent data, and then look into my video idea notes, and then look into my calendar, how much time I have, how long it approximately takes for me to create one video, and then come up with a video idea that I can realistically create this week. And that will also perform well based on past data. So the amount of context it can have, and it can connect multiple tools for you, is just genuinely crazy, and it is insane. And also, it is incredibly good at building websites, like creating stuff for you, coding for you as well. So anything that you want to build, I think Claude Code can literally build it. What is it bad right now? So it sometimes does the things that you didn't ask for. And this is one of the, I think, things you should be careful about. For example, like I asked it to process my Obsidian notes and connect them to each other, but for some reason it deleted like 20 Obsidian notes that I had. I was able to recover them because I had a backup, and it's fine, but it can delete files on your computer because it has access to your computer and to your files. So anything you don't want to lose, anything you're just like scared of being touched to, you can either not give access to it, or you can back it up so that when you lose that information, it is not gone. And also in your skills, you have to be very specific about the things that it should not do about, because otherwise we'll delete the files like it did to mine, but I recovered them. And another thing is long conversations lose context. If you're working with it like for hours on a complex task, it starts forgetting the things you discussed in the beginning, and you have to sometimes like remind it or refresh, which can be annoying, but it is way better than what it used to be before. And because I also have the $200 a month plan, my context window is like 1 million tokens or something. So it's like pretty good, but it's still losing context. And the final one is it takes a little bit of time. So obviously it's not like extremely fast right now. For some basic tasks, it might be faster if you do them yourself. Like for example, I don't know, pulling up a transcript. It will take more time for Claude Code to go on YouTube and take that transcript. Whereas if I would go on YouTube and take that transcript and paste it, it might be faster. But I think it's just gonna get better from here. You know, I can just like let it run while doing other things. So that speed might annoy you a little bit. So you might be thinking, how much does it cost and how hard is it to set up? So for setup, you basically open your laptop, you download Claude Code, and you pay the subscription, and then you just start talking. Even like for setting it up, I watched a few videos, but I was like, man, I'm just gonna ask Claude Code to set it up for me. So it set it up for me. So setup is very easy in my opinion. If you have never used Terminal before, I think using Terminal app can be a little bit intimidating, but you can use the Claude's app as well. I personally use Terminal because I want to have multiple sessions running at the same time. But if you're not used to Claude Code's like visuals, aesthetics, then you can use the app itself as well. If you deal with information planning or writing, you definitely need this. If you just want quick answers, stick with ChatGPT. It's good enough. Probably. My big takeaway for this video is basically like months ago, in last year actually, made a video about how AI is going to change everything. And we can literally say that. Like I was basically in that video, you can watch the video by the way, discussing that the way that AI evolves, it is going to be able to do basically anything that we can imagine of doing, right? Like with a computer. And if that happens, then the current economical systems, like none of them really applies in an AI age, whether that's capitalism, socialism, or communism, doesn't work in an AI age because we've never experienced something like this before. I was debating about the new economical structure, basically us needing for this because it's such a big change that none of the previous answers actually give a good solution. And with every single time of a technological revolution, people resisted against it. Socrates, or maybe Aristotle, I'm not really sure which one, but probably Socrates, he was against writing. He thought that if people could write things down, they would stop using their memory. They would become more dependent on text instead of actually knowing things and remembering things. He argued that writing would weaken the human mind. And that is the exact same argument people make about AI today. And Socrates was kind of right, to be honest. We did lose some capacity of our memory and our ability to hold information, but what we gain is comparably bigger. And the question is, we don't even need to hold that information in our brain. So right now, when we say that, oh, if I use an AI, I'm going to lose my ability to do that thing. But the question is whether you would actually need that ability in the future. Like right now, from our lens of current time, we think that this is an important ability to have, but in the future, with a new lifestyle that AI brings, is it actually a skill that was supposed to survive? I think using it, knowing it, and being aware of it only has advantages. Even if the advantage is small, you basically have nothing to lose. You basically have no downside to understanding and learning about the new technological waves coming. The only downside is not knowing and not being informed about these. So yeah, that's basically my 2 weeks with Claude Code, and it is so crazy. And I'm not going back. I freaking love this tool. Tell me about the things that you're building with Claude Code, or you're thinking about using Claude Code at all. If you're interested in my video talking about how none of the current economical structures survive in the age of AI, then watch this video next.